Hello everyone and welcome to the TI8. It says open qualifiers. This is of course the closed qualifiers between IG and Team Serenity. Now why is it showing that my mic's not coming through? Well, not quite sure. Seems like it's coming through fine here. We'll just check for those of you watching on stream. Just check in game as well if the audio is coming through there fine or not. I'm Riddit, and let's jump straight into the drafts. Just unmute my Dota. Come on, Dota, why you not have audio? Sorry, guys. Everything should be fine now. There you go. Sorry for that, guys. For those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Riddit, and I'll be taking you through some of the Chinese qualifiers today. It's going to be a solo cast, going to be a fun cast. 5 AM here where I am today. Woke up especially early. Was super amped to cast these games. So let's have a quick look. Team Serenity take out the IO as well as the pesky little fairy, Dark Willow. IG ban out first phase, the Batman, of course, the Night Stalker, as well as the Murano. It's been quite an interesting one. I've been seeing Murano and Wind Ranger quite interchangeable these days, both having that lockdown, one with a shackle, one with the arrow, both having a spell nuke, one with the Starfall, one with the, well, other arrow, the power shot. Both have mobility, leap, as well as wind run, and then the ultis are a bit different. But with the recent change a couple months or a month or so ago to Maelstrom, it seems like Wind Ranger and Murano have been that staple go-to for a lot of teams. Yeah, Team Serenity decided to pick up the Clockwork as well as the Wind Ranger. IG go for the Naga Siren as well as the Jakiro. So now that we've all caught up there, let's make sure everything is looking good on stream. And it seems that way. Seems everything's looking good. So, Elder Titan being banned out by IG, followed up by the Lycan from Team Serenity. Don't want that extra push with all the illusions, all the heroes, everything coming through from the Naga Siren, the Jakiro, as well as the Lycan and the Wolves and the Necros. It's just a bit too much. Even though you do have a Wind Ranger, by the time you get up your Maelstrom, this is if it's an offlane Wind Ranger, which it could still be an offlane Wind with a past 4 o'clock, could be a mid-wind. Seen Wind Ranger being played, being picked up by a few teams as the carry role as well, here and there. So even though you can pick up that Maelstrom, you do have that power shot to actually clear the creeps. It still becomes very difficult when you have Naga illusions, you have Lycan Wolves, you have Necro units that's constantly pushing onto your towers because you can't be everywhere at once. So while you're in the bottom lane, Lycan and the rest will just TP top, smoke up, or just push out the lane and force you to rotate the whole time, which will impact your farming quite significantly. IG decided to ban out the Bloodseeker. Been a popular pick lately. Been one of those interesting ones, especially with all the games recently being very early game focused or very aggressive in the early game. Bloodseeker is extremely strong then, does have a AoE silence, and can put a lot of pressure onto everyone. Just check here. So 5 minutes should be coming up shortly. So everyone in game should be able to see, well, everyone watching on stream should be seeing this soon. Phantom Lancer being picked up by Team Serenity. Also has the Mass Illusions. We'll be able to push quite nicely between the Wind Ranger and the PL towards the mid-game stage. Good ganking potential here between the Clock, the Wind, and the Phantom Lance. Of course, with that Phantom Rush, we'll be able to close the distance quite fast. I've been seeing some PLs even skipping boots early on and only picking them up like after, you know, seen some rushing a Aquila going straight into diff and then only picking up boots. it's quite interesting to see how people build the PL depending on how their lanes go. IG decided to pick up the Dragon Knight here. So once again, more pushing power there, frontlining as well as the Naga Siren. We'll still see if this is going to be a carry Naga or if this is going to be a offlane Naga, well, offlane dual lane combo Naga. And what's that combo going to be like?
10 seconds remaining.
Pause 5 Jakiro, pause 4 Naga, most likely.
5 seconds remaining.
I agree. Thanks so much for joining in, everyone. Once again, for those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Ridditz, RidditZDota. Thanks so much to BTS for letting me jump in during the TI Hub. It's going to be an insane 2 days. I'm going to be casting today and tomorrow for the Chinese qualifiers. It's going to be very interesting and looking forward to it. Let's just quickly go and grab some water as well so that I'm fresh and ready for the game.
Invictus Gaming's turn.
Silencer.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team back.
Sack.
Okay, and I'm back. Let's have a quick look here. What were the rest of the bands? Team Serenity decided to take out the Ember Spirits. Interesting band there. Ember Spirit being taken out, followed up by IG picking up the Leshrac, Serenity or Team Serenity picking up the Silencer. So it's going to be interesting to see if this is going to be a core Silencer. Plus 5 support Silencer. I can still see Team Serenity playing this either way. PL, safe lane, Silencer mid, Wind Ranger, plus clock off lane. Can see the Silencer playing the plus 5 role here with the Wind Ranger mid, or safe lane, PL mid, or safe lane. Wind Ranger could also go off lane. Clock can go off lane or plus 4. It's going to be interesting. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is, in general, different regions have different playstyles. And I still see people running that clock in that pos 3 role. Still see a lot of people running it in a pos 4 role. I myself prefer it in the pos 4 role. You can do a lot more, and there are other heroes that you can actually run, especially in the dual lane meta that's currently on, where you can get a lot more out with that early farm. Like, for example, putting that Wind Ranger in that kind of position. Having the clock there to be able to harass out, Wind Ranger can power shot while someone is cogs, battery assaulted, can get into a good position for, if you want to get an early level up in Shackle. And IG decided to pick up the Tide Hunter here. So it's going to be an offlane Tide Hunter. I think, carry Naga or carry Lesh. Well, it's likely going to be a carry Naga. But then again, you can actually run a Tide Lesh combo with a Naga Jakiro combo quite nicely. You can split them up that way.
10 seconds remaining.
Guys on stream asking who's going to win. It's going to be interesting. I don't know Team Serenity. IG, of course, personally was a massive fan there as well, especially when Burning was there. Burning, Baboka, Q, XXS was an extremely strong team, although I'm probably one of the biggest Burning fans on this planet. People in chat probably going to say Burning in 2K18 question mark. Yeah. So IG still a very strong team. They are favorites in favorites in the Chinese, one of the favorites in the Chinese qualifiers to actually go through. But we'll see what Team Serenity can actually do. and how they can match up, how they can take it to IG itself. No, IG themselves. Team Serenity's last pick, Queen of Pain. So, Queen of Pain going to be running mid. Windranger, I think, on the offlane role. Pos 4 Clock, Pos 5 Silencer, and Pos 1 Phantom Launcher. That's what it seems like at this point. Although it could also be off quap. But most likely not. Baboka going to be running on that Pos 4 Naga, Q on the Jakiro, XXS on the Dragonite, Aggressive on the Carry Leshrac, and SRF on the Tidehunter. Now let's just wait for the games to start. Here we go. The game is live, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen. Seems like the in-game, I don't know if the in-game audio is going through right now. Tidehunter, he's running here on the offlane. Let me actually quickly message someone just to make sure that the in-game audio is working fine.
Two-legged abomination.
Okay, quickly message to just make sure that the guys watching in-game, of course, can actually see. Okay, so apparently the in-game audio, there's a little bug going on with the in-game mic. Sorry about that. Let me check and just ask. Let's have a quick look and see what's going on in game right now. Tidehunter should be getting... No, yeah, he's getting away from this. He's running away. He's not going to go for this bounty rune right now. So it might actually be that Serenity take up 3 bounty runes here. IG just not having any of it. Deciding they want to just play it safe, not take any harassment, not waste any of those consumables. And let's focus on the game right now. Get all the screens up. Get everything ready. Dragonite here versus the Windranger in the middle lane. Oh, let's quickly, once again, sorry about this, guys. Quickly just change some of the audio screen, camera screens. Didn't get all of that set up earlier. So on the offlane, it is actually going to be the Queen of Pain with the Clockwork running on the offlane role. Middle, because I mean, Queen of Pain can't really do anything against the Dragonite. You can constantly harass, you can Shadow Poison, but the Dragonite's just going to get that Dragon Blood up and should just heal up. So putting that Queen of Pain in the offlane has a lot more killing and harassing potential. It's actually going to be a tri-lane top for the side of IG. Baboka, aggressive as well as Q running full tri-lane mode up against I do apologize if I mispronounce any of these names, so I'm just going to say the Queen of Pain here and PW on the Clockwork. Dual lane versus tri-lane will mean that the dual lane will be getting a little bit more experience up. And here's the wrap coming up from Baboka. He is still on level 1, so only has Riptide. Can they actually do anything here up against the Clockwork? They're going in. They might actually be able to get the first blood here, getting the Riptide as well as the Breathe Fire, or the Dual Breath, sorry, off. Reducing the armor, getting the slowdown. Baboka getting the first blood, and that will actually help him quite a lot. As that pause 4 roll, bottom lane, SRF taking a bit of harassment up here from the Silencer. Silencer sitting on level 2 already. And it seems like everything should be back to even. That's the problem here with this aggro, well, not aggro try, but the safe lane tri lane. If you get slowed up from the Jakira's dual breath or from the Riptide coming through from the Naga, you are going to be taking a significant amount of damage, especially with the Leshrac there being able to slow even more. It's just constant slow. You won't be able to run away. So if you get caught out once, the chance of you dying is very high. So you have to stand there. You have to try and at least go for any kind of counter kill. SRF though, sitting on level 3 right now, does not have a stout shield or anything, but still trading up versus the silencer. And he has to be very careful because he will be taking a significant amount of damage, but he will have a health, a healing self. So just heal himself up. For those of you actually asking on stream, am I from South Africa? Yes, I am. Proudly South African and busy casting at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's quite interesting. But super amped and also very grateful. Thanks so much, BTS, for having me on the TI Hub. Let's have a look here on the top lane again. I mean, SRF having all these levels is just able to trade up here, especially out versus a silencer that doesn't really do that much damage. Getting good anchor smashes off as well, but he will just start hammering away at the silencer. Silencer has to actually be careful. Does have another anchor, well, another anchor smash if he wanted to go for this, wanted to be aggressive, but decided to move in. And with that, they're just actually going to pressure him out of lane. There's no Mango up here for the PL, so no Mango into Spirit Lance to put that extra bit of damage on. And top lane, just the supports farming up as well as the carry here on the Lash. Having a quick look here. PYW just soaking up a little as well as much experience as possible. Sitting on level 2 right now. Queen of Pain level 3, 3 3/4. So this Queen of Pain getting a significant amount of levels up here. But having a look at the supports, I mean, they're also sitting on level 3, level 2. Doing very good here to pull the camps. Try and gain as much experience from the side as possible through the neutrals, through the creeps as well. And by doing that, it's mitigating a lot of the aggressive potential that Team Serenity has here. Because normally when you run a dual lane up versus a tri lane, the dual lane gains a significant amount of experience over the tri lane and can actually harass more because you'll have that extra level up, that extra damage up in whatever spell you have here. Extra level up in Battery Assault or your Dagger, for example, or your Scream.
Radiant are scanning.
But IG doing very well to keep their levels up as high as possible. Baboka does get scouted out. Who actually took that bounty run? It was Baboka, yeah. And let's have a look at this mid matchup. I'm not, well, 34-1 versus 31-4. No real killing potential coming through here from any of them. I mean, even with a shackle up, it's just you trying to stop XXS from farming. Even with a rotate, well, with Q coming in, I honestly don't think they can kill. Well, level 6 is on the Dragon Knight, but I doubt they'll have enough damage to actually take down the Wind Ranger. Well, with this double damage rune, they might. You know, SRF taking a lot of harassments here. They're diving quite deep onto the tier 1 tower, just sending those illusions constantly onto the Tide Hunter. But those illusions don't really do any damage, especially if you have 2 levels up in your Kraken Shell. Clockwork, haven't really seen him be aggressive with that Battery Assault yet. He's wrapping around here onto mid. Can they do anything? There's also XEJ here on the silencer, also coming through mid. But yeah, this rune I think might have scouted out the Clockwork. So very passive early game, well, early stage with only the 1 kill there on the top lane. Queen of Pain now getting more solo experience. We'll just be able to play aggressive as soon as she sees the animation coming through from the net. Should just blink out. And are we going to see PYW going in there with the battery assault? There's the cog as well as the battery assault. It's actually going to be the Naga Siren that's going to drop from this. Good positioning coming through from the clock, moving in towards the top, just making sure that if he needs to start body blocking, even though he has battery assaults, he can do that. So good trade-off there from Team Serenity, getting a kill of their own on the board. For everyone asking in chat, this is a best of one right now. I think the first couple of games are a best of one. I'll just check on the schedule a bit later. But yeah, these games are best of one as far as I'm aware. Yeah, sorry for that. Looking up here, TI8 still sitting on level 5. Doesn't have level 6 up just yet. Building into the Ring of Health. Maybe just going for that early pipe. With the amount of magical damage coming through, an early pipe, well, it might not even just be an early pipe, it might just be a casual ring. And more TPs coming in here. This is the silencer into the middle lane. Good power shot actually connecting onto XXS as well as Baboka. XXS should be okay. He has 2 levels up in Dragon Blood as well as a full healing salve. It's 3 heroes mid for the side of IG, putting quite a bit of pressure onto the tier 1 tower. And they'll just see the supports falling back, getting a good stack off as well. Oh yeah, there's the stack. And Q most likely will just move top. When the dragon form is available, we might just see everyone moving back mid. The Zakira moving mid to actually put pressure on that tier 1 tower. And then it will just be rinse and repeat. Meanwhile, Clockwork getting a little bit of solo experience here on the bottom lane. While PL's moved into the jungle. Has a full Ring of Aquila up, full power trend. So being able to give that Clockwork solo experience after he lane top for so long is going to be crucial for the side of Team Serenity. Getting that level 6 up a lot earlier than you would expect from a dual lane Clockwork. TI8 has just hit his level 6, keeping his skill point up in case he needs Ravage. Early morning costs. Gotta love him. Coster is dying. Send water. No, guys, I'm okay. I'm okay. No need to send water. I'm here. And let's quickly switch over to net worth. Currently leading the charts. PL from Team Serenity. Working up towards that diffusal blade. Actually, more than halfway there already. Well, halfway there now. As soon as he gets a bit more gold up. Having like a 13-minute diffusal is going to be quite strong for the side of Team Serenity, because then they can actually start pressuring out the likes of the Dragonite, the likes of the Lesh. Having that PL just run onto the Lesh, drain all the mana. Lesh won't be able to pulse Nova at all. Won't be able to do any damage and can just surround the supports and easily pick them off, especially the likes of the Jakiro. So, oh, I missed the kill. No, XRF actually, yeah, not skilling up the Ravage. Clockwork hookshot. Now, this is the power that I just mentioned. Giving that Clockwork solo experience on the bottom lane while your PL moves into the jungle, allowed him to actually get that level 6 up, and then having the 2 supports kill your offlaner. Getting that hookshot in, having the silencer there to actually back you up. I mean, that's just so important. 2 supports killing off that offlane roll, opening up the map for your cores to at least farm up as much as possible, as much as they want. Although Queen of Pain sort of moving here in the trees can't really do anything to stop this push on the top lane, and we might just see them move in towards middle straight away. There you go. Will they be able to get a kill here onto PYW? Ice Path comes through, does not hit onto anyone. My mouse, I need to change my sensitivity coming quickly. Otherwise, it's going to be jumping the whole night, all morning. Oh, and bottom lane. Tidehunter still has a juice ravage. Quickly change my mouse. It seems a lot better. Going for that hood up as well as it is going to be an early. Well, I think it's just going to be a pipe from now. Not going in for that early pipe just yet. Hook shot into the Naga Siren. Naga does not have 6. Power shot comes through, but it's going to be XCJ getting the final kill there. And they also managed to get a kill onto the tower, the tier 1 tower bottom. So counter pushing up themselves, leaving Lesh here on the top lane. Lesh still quite a ways off from his Bloodstone. Oh, only like a, what's it, 800, 900 gold away from his Bloodstone. But with the amount of kills happening right now and everything going the way of Team Serenity, a Bloodstone, I mean, if you get a couple of early kills up on the Lesh after he's picked up that Bloodstone, it's going to take him 2, 3, 4, 5 fights to actually get the Bloodstone level back to where they want it to be. So to be in a position like that where you're playing from behind with a Bloodstone and it's a very low level Bloodstone, it's not really worth it in regards with the financial aspect of it anyway. Queen of Pain sitting on level 8 versus Lesh's level 8 as well. What's the Queen of Pain looking? Oh, well, let's actually go back to net worth. We were looking here. PL leading the charge right now. Does have his diff up at the 13-minute mark. After that, though, it is the 2 cores coming in from IG. Leshrac as well as the Dragonite. Lesh, as we've spoken about, nearing that Bloodstone. Dragonite working towards that blink. So going for that early blink instead of an early Shadow Blade. Knowing that he needs to be a little bit more mobile, needs to be able to jump out a lot quicker, or jump into fires to be able to, to be able to chase. So getting that blink dagger, and yeah, Chinese Dota is a lot more cautious and patient in regards with what we've been seeing on the, like at the Super Major, for example. Even of course there were Chinese teams there. All the games at this stage, like the 15-minute mark, was a call for all hell to break loose. And let's see if it's going to be the same. I mean, 50 minutes normally marks your transition into like the mid game. It's a lot earlier than it always used to be. Serenity stealing some of the stacks here that IG made. You see, if I was from Team Serenity and I just farmed their ancients, I'll just tip IG. Then they'll be wondering why, why am I being tipped here? Chat saying Southeast Asia is action-packed but full of throws. Well, with Chinese scene, or Chinese Dota, very cautious and composed Dota, and has always been. Well, going in onto the Lesh track. Can we actually see Lesh do anything? Well, there's a global silence as well. Lesh is still in a lot of trouble. The ultimate was already used here by the Wind Ranger. Wherever we see a smoke movement coming up here for the side of IG. They want to go straight in, jump onto the Queen of Pain. Macropie is down there. Ice Path as well. They don't need the Ravage. The amount of burst is enough. And the Queen of Pain falls. So a good trade-off. Well, not really that good. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. Thought someone jumping on the PL. Queen of Pain, off-lane Queen of Pain for your safe lane Leshrac. But it's a trade that you'll take considering that you just lost your Lesh. Mid-tier 1 tower, I think, was denied earlier, wasn't it? Nope. Tower was actually taken, not denied. So 2 for 1 in regards, or 3 for 1 in regards with towers. Side of IG doing okay. Still sitting 3k behind in net worth, 16 minutes in. Ping's coming out here onto Tidehunter. And Tidehunter doesn't get scouted out. Is there going to be a hook shot coming in? Here's the clockwork. Well, not even needed. Phantom Ross does scout him out. And doesn't matter how tanky this Tide is, he's still going to drop from this. But it takes such a long time. Can you kill him already, please? take him out of his misery, and it's like a slow and painful death there. Kraken Shell does very well up against PL illusions. The problem is when a PL has diff, you know, you don't have any mana, but sure, it takes a very long time for him to kill you. It's still not really right. Well, yeah. Anyway, let's have a look. Another smoke movement coming up here. We'll run straight in onto the silencer. Not really the hero that you want to kill with the smoke, but it will be someone that you'll be happy to just take down. Oh, yeah, they do manage to get that kill. Windranger, ZYD, TPing out straight away, going all the way back to base, not going to any other lanes. They know they're probably going to be losing this tier 2 tower here on the bottom lane. Are we going to see them defending it, or just, yeah, well, PL is counter pushing up to all up on the top lane. And sure, I mean, your PL can't really push as fast as a Dragon Knight, a Jakira, as well as a Lesh. And there are the TPs coming in, any TPs to the shrine. I'm going to try and stop the PL from TPing out. No. So they got the tower, and as soon as that tower's down, there's the hookshot coming in. Landing onto the Tidehunter. The Tidehunter does have Ravage. Are they going to decide to turn around from this or not? I wonder, they probably could have fought that. 5v4 with a Ravage. Maybe not. Jakira did have Macropire though. Song was up. They needed to disengage. But I think the DK form was also down though.
Invisibility.
People say, love how China has a thing with 3 or 4 letter names like XXS, SCCC, UU9, QQQ, ICE. And then there's OP that just is like, nah, screw it, I'll just have 2. No. And there's Q. There's Q that has 1. I mean, that's even like taking it a step further than OP. Just saying like, well, everyone else has 3, I'll just have a 1. Let's see how everyone's doing. Okay, Serenity right now, 4K net worth lead at this point. And half of that is sitting on the PL. He's just split pushing up as much as he can everywhere, taking towers, putting pressure, doing like half HP on the top tier 1, top tier 2, taking that middle tier 1 tower. And that's what you need as a Phantom Launcher, just to constantly be pushing out. But we do see a good shackle shot onto the Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight's in quite a bit of trouble. The Global Silence also came through. The Naga all coming in, but it wasn't enough. But there's the Ice Paw. There's the Ravage coming through. Then Macropire as well. Clockwork's dead. Queen of Fate is going to be the next one to follow up. Can they decide? Well, are they going to decide to turn and burn right now? Baboka's on very low HP, but here comes PL. He's going to come in for the clean up crew. He's going to be able to take down 1. He's going to turn around, focus on the Lesh track. Lesh is trying to get out of there, but it's not going to work. A double kill here for the PL. And the PL is going to be very happy with that. Although it's a 3-for-2 trade, favoring the side of IG there, it could have been a lot worse. The Dragon Eye jumped in, could not really do anything. Baboka used his Song of the or his Naga song, but was too far away, and the Dragon Knight couldn't actually heal up. Dragon Knight was extremely far in. There was a shackle to start everything off. Dragon Knight was caught out. Windranger ult used there. And come on, show fight recap. I don't know, Dodo, you've been screwing around recently. Looking before that fight, it was a 4K advantage to the side of Team Serenity. Now all of a sudden 5K, so I think that fight did favor them, even though they lost a little bit more. And that was also specifically this PL just skyrocketing in net worth, having that Yasha up now, moving in towards that heart. We'll actually have the heart in the next minute or so at the rate he's farming. Probably around 2 minutes, or around the 24-minute mark. Having a Yasha defusal as well as a heart up, it's going to be very difficult for them to actually kill this PL. They don't have heroes that can just man mode up against this PL right now. But top lane, Do you see the Queen of Pain actually getting killed there onto aggressive? They do counter up with the Clockwork, but that wasn't even a Scream of Pain used, or Sonic Wave used, sorry. And remember we spoke about this, getting early kills now up on the Lesh. If you go for a quick Bloodstone, that's amazing. But you know what, you need to get kills, you need to pack on those Bloodstone charges, because if you get jumped, if you get killed, if you get picked off, your Bloodstone charges start dropping, especially early on. Then the item itself is not worth what you paid for it. Then it's going to take you 2 or 3 or 4 fights to actually get those charges back up to be even with, you know, it actually being worth what, you know, the amount of gold that you paid for it. And then only after that it starts increasing. So playing from behind on a Bloodstone is not really worth it. Let's see what IG can do. Sitting on 4k behind again. Working up towards that BKB so that the PL doesn't just burn all your mana. Okay, so people in chat are talking about, you know, the letters, XXS, I's, you know, people having three-letter names, so we're talking about OP, and then all of a sudden we see, well, Q only has one. Chat says, well, Q is OP's third letter. Smoke moving up. Gonna run straight in onto Baboka. Is he just gonna use the Song of the Siren to get out? Nope, Shackle Shot as well. Oh, Baboka might actually get away from this. One more second needed. Not gonna work. PL does manage to get the kill. Shackle Shot as well as a Power Shot doing quite a bit of damage. Moving straight into Rosh right now. Heart is up at the 24-minute mark. And, oh, well, they might actually want to fight this. There's the Macro Pyre, the Ice Path coming through. Clockwork just standing still. Can't really get out of this. I mean, he is dead. I mean, yeah. Can't say anything more than that. But these PL illusions just draining everyone's mana right now. New PL illusions being sent onto the Tidehunter. XXS does have a little bit left. Are we going to see the side of Team Serenity actually forcing this? They do have PL with a heart, so now is the time they want to start fighting. Let's just got that extra charge up on the Bloodstone. So the more split up and the more pickoffs IG can get, the happier they will be, especially if the Lesh Bloodstone charges start climbing upwards again. Let's have a look. Is this going to be a smoke? No smoke up, no smoke up, no smoke up. No smoke up. Seems like they're just going to decide to run in straight forward. Double damage driven up on the Wind Ranger right now. They get a shackle onto an illusion. So I think IG know that Rosh is taking place right now, but they don't have Ultra Dragon form. They can't really contest this. And Baboka, what are you doing there? Apparently dying. He's just like, no, Rosh, I'll save you. People in chat saying 20 minutes in, no Ravage. I don't think I've seen a Ravage yet, yeah. And here are the PL illusions, and this is just constantly going to be sending them in. No mana up on the Tide, so no Ravage right now. He does, of course, have the Soul Ring. He needs to, but that's only going to give him 170 mana, and the Ravage actually costs 225. So not really going to be enough. Is there anything else? No Mango. I think he needs a, he probably needs a Mango so that he can Mango and Soul Ring. But there's the Shrine being used. Rosh is nearly down. The smoke is actually up right now. We do see Clockwork busy wrapping around. We'll actually scout this out. There's the, well, they're actually managing to get the net onto the Clockwork. The Macro Pyre comes through, but Serenity actually managed to get the Aegis of the Immortal up onto the PL. And are they going to decide to just jump in or back out from this? Quite surprised that they don't just decide to take the fight. PYW did drop from there. But Naga having that 4-staff, quite surprising that they decided to take so long to net up, drop the Macro Pyre instead of just having the Naga run in, ult and 4-staff straight in here, which would allow his team to wrap around or blink in forward like the Dragon Knight. Finish up Rosh, take the Aegis and take the fight. Ultra Dragon form was used there. 10-second BKB is up here. at least that's another charge up for the Lesh's Bloodstone. 10 charges up right now. And this PL is currently starting to get out of, well, I mean, with all of these fights that seem to be going Serenity's way, IG is climbing back though in regards with the network. It keeps on just ever so slightly dipping back down, hovering down to the 3k mark, moving up to the 4k mark, 3k mark. And that 3k is literally just the Phantom Lancer's extra fall. Phantom Lancer does have a Manta style up right now, moving in towards that Shadow Blade, which will allow him to actually play a lot more aggressively, move a lot faster around the map, go in for those solo pickups, those solo ganks, get that extra damage off, and the amount of damage these illusions. I mean, they don't actually do any damage to the Tidehunter, like we said earlier, but it's just keeps the Tidehunter on 0 mana. I mean, he'll have to pop Guardian's Greaves and Soul, or Soul Ring, Guardian's Greaves and Soul Ring to, you know, just to get a couple of spells off. Chat saying as long as Aggressive has 7 or more charges, it's worth it. Yeah, well, he was hovering down, I think it was on 8, and that's when I said if they pick him off like 1 or 2 more times, then it's not going to be worth it anymore. Oh, Boboka forced off himself onto high ground. Should be able to get out from that, yeah. This time being lucky. It's quite a rough game for these two POS 4s. I mean, looking at the POS 4, 3 and 5, and the POS 4 for the side of IG, 3 and 4, both of them having the most deaths because they have to play so aggressive to try and catch someone out on the opposing team out of position, or at least try and force someone in the opposing team out of position. And in most cases when you do that, it puts you yourself out of position. But let's have a look here. Clockwork, is he going to go in for the hook shot onto the Tidehunter? Are they going to back off? Clockwork scouting it out right now. PL getting the charge in onto SRF. Oh, the hook shot misses. Ice Path comes through. Any follow-up from this? Nah, they decided to just back out. And let's see, Wind Ranger has a BKB up. Just a casual point booster. I think she was working towards that Aghanim Scepter, but decided to rather... Wait, no. Aghanim Scepter is incoming. There you go. About to say, how can a network be so high that she doesn't have an Ags? And it's 30 minutes up. Ags up, full 10-second BKB as well as Maelstrom. Dragonite, full 10-second BKB. So this is going to be the fight of the BKBs. Phantom Lancer does have the Aegis up as well as a heart, so is extremely tanky. Wind Ranger runs in, gets the ulti down onto the Tidehunter. Tidehunter loses quite a bit of battle right now. Queen of Pain goes in for it, gets a good Sonic Wave off. But not going to be enough. Blinks out of that from now. I mean, having that Blink Dagger, she can jump in with her normal Blink, or jump in with the Blink Dagger and then jump out with her normal Blink, so it can't actually be cancelled. Which will allow her to do that kind of move, you know, get that Sonic Wave in, get that quick early Scream of Pain in. I'm not adverse to having a Queen of Pain, especially like an offlane Queen of Pain with a Blink Dagger. It just means you're a lot more mobile and you can play a lot more aggressively with it. I mean, if it's a early game, not early game, if it's a mid-quap, I would always say, you know, rather build into a 4-star because you can change that into a Hurricane Pike. But a Blink Dagger is... The big thing about a 4-star fish, you have to turn to actually get in the right position that you want to be in. And turn rate can vary depending on if you're slowed, if you're gushed, if you're macro-pired, if you're, you know, slowed by the Lesh, etc. Sure, you have that Oh, was this his 10-second BKB used? 10-second BKB was used on aggressive right now. I'll get back into my discussion in a bit. There's a clockwork hook shot coming up in 30 seconds. Okay, we don't see any fights there. So, with a 4-star, if you have to turn to actually get in position to 4-star. And sure, with a blink dagger, if you get attacked, spells used on you, then your blink dagger gets cancelled, but that's why you have your normal blink. But the big difference is with a blink dagger, you're a lot more mobile because you don't have to take that turn rate into consideration. You don't have to constantly make sure you're in the right position. And if you're standing with liquid fire on you, with dual breath on you, with a lightning storm on you, your turn rate changes. You won't be able to get into the exact position you want. And being able to blink in forward exactly where you want to be when you see someone in like 3 heroes grouped up, 4 heroes grouped up. So you can blink in Sonic Wave, Scream of Pain, and then use your blink to actually get out. It's a lot more damage per second, so to speak, because you can get in that position exactly where you want to be. Anyway. That's just my thoughts on the whole process, because some of the guys in chat were asking about it, and there's actually a very interesting debate about it going on. IG currently sitting 9 and 12 behind. Team Serenity doing very well at this point. The Pos 5 Silencer, having that drums up, still has a couple of usages on it. Want to quickly go through the items here. PL is it on the courier maybe? Did PL decide to... Oh, it's a 10-second BKB up with the PL, so I think he changed his mind from the Shadow Blade to the BKB. I'm not against that. 10-second BKB up here for the PL. 10-second BKB up here for the Wind Ranger. And Queen of Pain bowling in towards that sheep stick right now. 2 smokes. IG as well as Serenity, both missing each other. We might actually see them meet up roughly around here. There's the wraparound coming through. They will actually have high ground vision here on XXS. He might be in quite a bit of trouble right now. They do scout him out. They jump straight onto the Chakra Shot. Is there another double damage ruined here on the Wind Ranger? Just completely melts that Death Prof. That Dragonite. Death Prof. The Dragonite. He can't do anything. He actually used his 10-second BKB there.
Dire structures are fortified.
That's quite interesting. Using up your 10-second BKB, knowing you'll be able to fight, means even if you had buyback, which he does not right now, he wouldn't actually be able to jump in on that fight. And that's going to be the first tier 1 tower down. Keep in mind, this is a best of 1. So Team Serenity is doing extremely well here. Queen of Pain once again blinking in forward, getting into good position. That was of course, not quite sure which blink was used there. Macropire thrown down over the tier 1 towers. Will they be able to stop this? There's the BKB up here from ZYD. He's just standing in there. Like they can't really do anything to stop this. The BKB will wear off shortly. Is there a blink up on the side? There is, but there's no mana. There's no Ravage up here for SRF. He can't really do anything. Queen of Pain, I just heard the Queen of Pain blinking in forward, doing a lot more damage. XCZ getting the kill there onto Baboka. No Song of the Siren either to try and slow this down. So, Team Serenity flexing their muscles and showing IG, well, you might be favorites here, but, well, that's just on paper. Like, we're here to play. We're here to win. Hey, chat agrees with me. They miss burning. Yeah, we spoke about it during the draft. Oh, man. The days. However, Burning apparently is starting a... I don't know if he's going to be playing or if he's going to be running and managing, coaching or whatever, but he's starting up DK again. So, from the rumors on the Chinese social media sites, I think it's Burning. I think it's OP. There's a couple of players. I can't actually remember now all the names. I'll have a look for you guys during the break. Like a bunch of older players, and it's not the Big God 2.0 that they're doing, but they're actually starting DK. So it's going to be a few players as well as a few up and coming players. but they're actually gonna play under a proper and well, like clan, so to speak. Birding 2K19, boys. The dream is real. Okay. Phantom Lancer right now just going to be running it forward. Global Silence used as well. BKB up on XXS. He turns around, tries to focus on the Queen of Pain, gets the stun down there. Aggressive is in a lot of trouble. He does have his BKB, but the blink in forward coming through here from the Queen of Pain does manage to actually get the kill. There's the first Ravage that we've actually seen that's been doing a lot. Macro Pyre was thrown down. Queen of Pain does die there. Standing in the Macro Pyre, being netted up here by the Naga Siren. Meanwhile, the one to turn around, the one to get more. The Naga Siren sleep was actually used and cancelled instantly. This is a fight that IG wants to take. They managed to actually pick off 4 heroes. However, they don't get the PL, and the PL is the problematic hero there. I'm not quite sure what happened there with that Song of the Siren, but it was instantly popped, and I think that might have just given the Phantom Lancer a little bit more time to actually survive there and get out of that. However, I missed the fight recap. I don't think IG could have asked for a better fight. They managed to get a good Ravage off there, managed to get a good Ice Path. Macro Pyre, Queen of Pain was inside of the Macro Pyre and then was just netted up by the Naga Siren. Queen of Pain was initially kept out of the fight. Oh wait, SRF buddy, SRF, no, what are you doing? Okay, well, they're going to try and contest this. The stun is there, can they actually snatch the Aegis? Nope, they don't steal the Aegis. Radiant managed to actually get the kill there as well. And it's going to be Phantom Lancer. He's just going to be chasing down everyone right now. Aggressive. They're going to try and kill the Wind Ranger. Hookshot coming in from the Clockwork. Will he actually decide to go in the power cogs? Are they? He gets lifted up into the air. And there's the smoke as well. 4-star forward in. Straight in. Well, Queen of Pain ulti going in onto 2 heroes. Also aggressive as well as Baboka. Queen of Pain blinks in forward yet again. Does not manage to actually get the kill. Blinking for, well, all the way back here from SRF. And Queen of Pain with that double blink just being able to get into position. They do manage to finally pick off Aggressive here on the Lash. And that all got a little bit of like tongue twisting. Sorry for that. Yeah, Phantom Lancer managing to have that Aegis puts IG on the back foot again, and just when they took a massive team fight, they managed to actually be able, they managed to do something. Well, Ice Path, Macro Pyre being thrown down yet again here from the Jakiro, by the Jakiro. Tied down to still 14 seconds left, well, 14 seconds on cooldown for his Ravage. Is there any buyback here? Oh, no buyback on Aggressive. So they're almost likely, they're trying to defend, trying to do as much as possible, but until Aggressive comes back, they can't really do anything yet. Another Ice Path coming through, Dual Breath onto Phantom Lancer, another blink in forward here from the Queen of Pain. Sonic Wave coming through onto a couple of heroes yet again. Just having that blink dagger to blink in forward, scream, and then use your own blink to actually get out. It's just so potent because you can position yourself so perfectly the whole time. Get them off there, cone shapes off, or Scream of Pains off there, Sonic Waves off, being able to blink away. You can't do that with a Force off. Basher as well as a full Abyssal actually being picked up now by the Phantom Lancer. Well, Tied onto ult is ready. Some of the Siren is ready. Dragon Form is nearly ready. Macro Pyre is ready. Leshrac on 4 Bloodstones is ready. So let's see what IG can do. Are they going to go in for a smoke play? Team Serenity right now. Clockwork has dust up. Nice little Glimmer Cape. And I like seeing this from the side of Serenity. You'll always see the Clockwork running around on the sides or the behind of the fights, making sure he can hook shot in to counter initiate. And Phantom Lancer might be in a bit of trouble himself here. He does have the Aegis, but I'm actually not sure if that's going to be enough. Phantom also does have a BKB. Can they time this perfectly? Clockwork manages to actually come in, get a good hook shot in onto the Dragon Lord, but now it's going to be the PL. PL, who's he going to decide to turn around to fight on? It's going to be the Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight is stunned up completely controlled up. There's the Ravage coming through, managing to hit onto 2 heroes. Can they actually get the Wind Ranger kill? They do. Now they want to turn around. Aggressive is extremely low though. He does manage to throw himself up into the air, but Boca uses the Song of the Siren just to try and get the rest of his teammates out. They manage to get the 1 kill as well as the Aegis pop. It's just that stun coming through, or the Abyssal Blade coming through onto the DK, just completely destroyed the side of IG yet again. A fight that actually looked very good. The Clockwork got an amazing hook shot off just to keep the DK away. And I think even with that initiation coming through from Serenity, if it wasn't for that Abyssal Blade, the fight could have gone a lot worse for them. But blanket forward on the Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain is in a bit of trouble himself. Does have the cheese. Does bait it in. Aggressive's in a lot of trouble right now. He, I think, is just going to drop. Yes, he does. Walker does get bashed up again. Instant buyback coming through from Aggressive. Diving in very deep. He's completely alone. Completely isolated. Does have his BKB. But if Aggressive dies here, this might just be game. He has to start running away. Time does blink it forward, trying to help out, but Aggressive might be in a lot of trouble. Aggressive is dead. Serenity, I can't spell that name, but the PL just completely dominating right now and getting those aggressive TPs in. Aggressive, I'm not quite sure know what that was about. GG's being called. Serenity taking the game from IG. I mean, this isn't the IG team that we know and love. You know, having XXS play mid instead of off lane, SRF. I don't know SRF that well, but still having Aggressive, Baboka, XXS as well as Q in a team is an extremely strong team. Well, guys, that's me for game number 1. So, Team Serenity taking a game from IG. I think it was also a best of 1. Stay tuned for game number 2, which will not be game number 2 between these two teams. But let's have a quick look. Who am I casting next? IG versus LFY. So that game should be coming up soon. Stay tuned. I'm Riddit. Thanks so much for joining, for watching on stream. Much love, guys. See you guys in a couple of minutes. Bye-bye.